Alright, so it's a few days later. I took a few days off for my 1-year anniversary. A lot of people don't know. Got remarried a year ago. Been with my wife for 3 years. I'm a widower before that, so had to start all over again. Anyway, 5 kids every other weekend. So I was preparing to test drive this today. Don't know if we're gonna get there. I got sidetracked it. Let's go look at what we're doing. We're cleaning the garage too a little bit at a time so we can get Tankenstein out and turn around. Let's look at what I'm looking at now. Alright, we're just doing a little mock-up of a little green Suzuki. Trying to figure out what the best setup's going to be. I was thinking about full tracks, but I'm just not 100% sure. I don't know if I want to commit to this. I don't think I have enough track to do this. I had saved these road wheels for years of just donut blowout spares off of cars. I got like 7 of the same ones, so they're pretty common GM ones. I don't know how they're going to hold up the sidewall. We'll see, but that's one of the configurations I was thinking about. Let's go around the other side. Now this is kind of the way it was set up with trailer parts. Trailer parts are expensive. These little 14.8-12 rims, they can go upwards of $80 a piece with the tire on it, or I think I've seen low as $45 just for a tire. So then I'll need 2 to 4 stub axles just to put it back the way it was. Now Brian gave me these hubs. These aren't off this, but you can see how close that's going to be to the body. I don't know if these are bigger than the other drive hubs. I'm not 100% sure. I'm starting to think I should just cut all this shit out of here and start over. I'm not really sure yet, but that's one of the setups. We'll move some wheels around. We'll do another setup here. Now this is the other setup I want to do with the 3 road wheels in the back, the longer track. I think I have enough to do this setup. I'm not 100% sure. Then get rid of that stupid idler in the middle. But you can see it's not quite lined up, so I'm not sure why this is up so high, but it has to be for, well actually these are going to be up in the body a little bit, so I'm not 100% sure. You tell me guys. Maybe should I worry about suspension? Should I make suspension under it or not bother? You can see the steering on this was already bent. That's one of the reasons I'm thinking about this, getting rid of the whole friggin' thing in the front and make it full track. But that means I'd have to remove the differential. Now if I go with the full track, I'm gonna have to get a hold of Brian and get some more of those cleats because I don't think the track's long enough. We'll dig one out. We'll dig the track out here and find out. The other thing is, if I move this stub axle forward or use a different rear end, I will lose the transfer case, which means I will no longer have any low gear. Let's get the hood open and we'll have a look under there. Now if we move the front differential more forward, we'll lose all this shit right here. And you can see that kind of matches the bolt pattern. That looks like a drum off of the wheel, but it's probably not. That's for the emergency brake. And that's how they actually stop it. So we'll be getting rid of this transfer case. Now I don't know if they use it in low gear or not. It'd be nice to have low range. That's the only problem with taking that out. Now if I remove the rear diff to the back, like on Tankenstein, we'll have clearance issues with the dry shaft from the engine sits right there. So and probably we're not going to be able to hit it. You can see kind of what's under there. You see the differential pod there. That would come all the way to the back. I don't know if there's any way to sneak the dry shaft around the oil pan. I'd have to raise the engine up a little bit. Either way, you know, that's not going to be an easy trick. You can see the other thing I don't like too is where they have the coolant tubes. That looks like all copper pipe in here. It's hanging right underneath. That could be a clearance issue problem later on. I think this thing was set up for trailer springs and an axle in the middle here, and just with another, that'd be the easiest thing to get it going. But will it be right? Like I said, all this stuff in the front's bent. And if you look close enough, these rear axles are bent too. Right here, these are all bent. Now if I just got rid of all that shit, started over, made it full track, it'd be more cool, and I could say it was more of my build than putting back somebody else's ideas that might not have worked. So I think it would look meaner this way. Even like I just don't want to lose the transfer case. Now maybe I can rehang the transfer case in the middle of the buggy where it should be. It is pretty small, so the possibility is I could move this back to the position where it was, and then I'd have to have a parts Suzuki Samurai to do that, some dry shafts and stuff. I'm starting to think this is the way to go. I think I'd like to make it full track because it looks meaner, a lot nicer than, sorry about the wind noise guys, not nicer than this rig here. This would work too, but like I said, the front's all freaking buggered up, so I'd probably have to find another axle because there's no brakes on this one to steer with, so we'd have to find myself another axle. Maybe we could widen it then, make it a little wider. Let's throw a track on there, see what it looks like. Alright, after a lot of fooling around, this is how it was set up, and he said he added a couple extra lengths on each side. Not exactly sure what these tracks, I think he said they were off this, but not sure why they're longer. I think he redid the belting. Yeah, so that's kind of what it would look like with the tracks on it. That's kind of what it looks like with the tracks on it. I'm not sure if I have enough tracks to go full track with it. That's the problem. If I had a couple more of those links, we could do full track. But then that's another problem with the steering. But alright, let's go away and think about this, what we're going to do. Maybe we'll just add a couple tires to the front of it, and then that's how it was set up right there. But it would have had a trailer tire in the middle. If I just go with that, I'll need two more hub ends, and I'll need a couple of those rims, not the bigger one here, the 4/8 by 12, and put it in there with a trailer axle between. That's kind of what it looked like. Maybe we'll try it first, see what happens. Alright, so I'd love to go full track. I'm just not sure if the way it had to be. I had to put the front differential in the front of it, and a lot of the tanks, Sherman tanks, were like that. They're driven from the front opposed to driven from the back. Now it probably has its pros and cons. This one here is pulling the track from underneath of it, because it would just be pulling this way and it'd be pushing it on the top, which maybe adds to derailing it here. I have no idea. But if it was pulling it here, the slack would be here on the bottom, and it would bunch up as opposed to the slack on top. So as for suspension, I could just put simple Christie suspension from World War I-ish, like something like this, set up right back here, where it's got a sway arm and it's got a spring, except this is more of a trailing arm setup. And it would just have an L-shaped arm, and the spring would be at the top. That'd be the simplest solution. That's a good solution there. And this is, I'm not exactly sure what kind of suspension it is. You see its pivots here, and this one pivots here, so it binds in together. Or just don't bother with the suspension at all and make it solid axle, because I think Brian said it was pretty rough when he drove it. So the suspension on the thing probably never worked anyway. That would be the fastest solution, is just get rid of suspension at all, and use my blowout spares, and I have hubs here somewhere for that. And probably even if I bought new hubs at $60 a piece times 6, it would be cheaper than buying wheel bearing hubs and blowout spare, the 4.8-12 tires that go on it, because that would add up to like friggin' $200 a tire probably by the time you're done. You know, you got the hub and the tire, be close to 200 with taxes and everything, so it might be cheaper to just go that way and just forget about the suspension. I'd love to put full tracks under it. Just not 100% sure how I can make that work with using the transfer case. If I get rid of the transfer case, it may not have enough balls to pull itself around, so it would be nice to have the transfer case in there so you could go into low gear. But tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think. Should I put suspension under or not bother? It's going to take longer to get going. As it sits, if I put 2 new tires on the back and put the blowout spares in the middle and get the tires all fixed, I could probably add a center axle to that using my blowout spares and drive it the way it is. It looks a lot nicer with full tracks under it, but I'm thinking I'd have to widen it a bit because it is kind of narrow. It probably fit it right in the back of the half ton the way it is, but I'm not sure if I like narrow. Narrow is okay, but it's like a sidewalk cleaner. It gets a bit tippy after a while. Like this trike right here is a bit tippy. It should be wider. Anyway, that's about all I'm doing today. I might pull this out yet, but I'd probably do that tomorrow for a video. I'm going to pump the tires up, maybe get it going and bleed it some more here. See if I can catch the brake fluid on fire. I'm not going to put the gas tank back on. That needs to go out and get coated before I can put it back on. Then we will probably, I'm not sure what we're doing this. I want to move it out of here. It's taking up a lot of storage space. And then I move the old TerraJet out of there and put it back in here somewhere. Or maybe put it inside this trailer. That'd be even a better place for it. Be out of the rain then. We'll see. I could drive right in the back of that trailer. That's what I'm going to do. It just moves it out of here, and then I can get on to this project. Once this is out of here, then the green machine can come right in here, and it'll be nice sitting right beside Tankenstein. Alright guys, tell me what you think. Should I go full track, even though it has a bunch of different problems? Like I said, if I lift the engine up, I might be able to sneak a drive shaft through there to have it rear drive, and then I could keep the transfer case. I might be able to keep the transfer case anyway if I put it in the middle. I'll have to play with it and see. Tell me what you think. Anyway, please comment, rate, and subscribe. We'll try to have more videos heading your way. I'm trying to get back at daily videos. Like I said, I took a few days off from my anniversary, and then it's hard to get started again. So anyway, talk to you guys later. Please subscribe, hit the button.